I accidentally muted myself. Gentlemen, the day is once again long, but so too is the grand joy of my heart. And apparently, we need to be reminded not to eat the mold on bread. I would have hoped that people already knew that, but apparently that's you just like Dude's armor. Oh, you mean that the super NCR power armor? Yeah, I gave that to Boone, and unfortunately, we're probably gonna have to end up killing Boone, but that is saved for next Monday, which will probably be the last day of the New Vegas streams. Not sure. But today is Play Like a Fucking Clown Day. Grant will be here with us momentarily. He did say 5 minutes. You could feed him to the White Gloves. I didn't, just because I wasn't sure we had committed at that point. That being said, I think it will be... No. I remember why. I remember why we're taking him. Because, when you do the final quest as Legion, you get teleported to the Legion camp first, right? And then you work your way over through the dam. I'm curious to see what happens if Boone spawns in the middle of the Legion camp. And when's Fallout 2? Well, first of all, I'd have to play Fallout 1 first. But, I was talking about that yesterday, whereas I'm probably gonna play something in between New Vegas and Fallout 1, just to get it out of my system. Because FO1 and FO2 are going to be even more methodical games than New Vegas is, because New Vegas at least has the gunplay, but FO1 and FO2 are mostly, like, traditional... What is it, CRPG? But you get what I mean. So I'm going to probably play something short. There were demos recommended. I think I might either do that or play Doom 64, depending on how long Doom 64 is meant to be. I'm not sure, but I'm giving it some consideration. But yeah. That will be decided by Sunday. Probably. God, I hope so. Hi, Gramp.
Sorry, I was muted. I said hi, Gramp.
Oh, look, you ruined your own joke.
Yeah.
Alright, previously we were in Snowden Drift. I was just explaining how exactly we're going to handle what I'm going to play after New Vegas. Because...
I did catch a couple minutes of it before I was able to join the call.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, right, I need to reach level 6.
The adventure continues.
We're doing story quest. That's right. I already hit the level cap because
you're already level 50.
Because I was killing a bunch of fucking centaurs.
Yeah, we did 40 last week.
Yeah, look at that. We're getting through that plot. Oh, is this where we're going? Holy shit.
Yep. Get yourself some walking boots, Buster.
Or maybe I should just lock in and get myself a mount.
Well, even if you did that, I would encourage you to not use them.
So as not to spoil myself?
More for the sake of authenticity.
Oh, yeah, just to enjoy myself and to enjoy the experience of going to the unknown on my own 2 feet.
Yeah, if you purchase the expansion, it is very easy to get 2 or 3 mounts that basically invalidate the world design of the entire base game and first expansion.
Kind of reminds me.
And you can do that, but you know, there's content there. Like there's things to appreciate or learn about at least.
Yeah, I was about to reference a certain critically acclaimed MMO with regards to like introducing flight into pre-flight areas of the game
I shall explore.
It's not quite that severe.
because you don't
Well,
get flying.
Uh,
Actually-
in practical terms, it's actually more severe because, like this content is largely designed around traversal, whereas in other MMOs where mounts are more of a speed boost than anything else, it doesn't really make a difference for as far as your interaction with that world goes.
I'd argue that part of the reason a lot of the game is so memorable is because you spend so much time in given areas. Which is
True,
why,
you shouldn't get flying immediately.
Yeah. I would say that there's a reason they restrict it initially for the expansions. Because, like, man, as soon as you're done with, like, for example, the Kurthus Western Highlands,
Yep.
the completely fucking forgettable area.
Very memorable for the time I spent there.
Gathering.
But the actual area itself doesn't have much much of note.
I think that was a problem with the design in general, because, like, they had to make a map knowing full well that there was going to be an ability to fly, which would vastly spit in the face of, like, any of their, like, smaller maps.
Yep.
So they had to make it filled with a bunch of empty space, essentially.
Wait, sorry, did you say the Central Highlands or the Western Highlands?
Western. Central's the,
Oh, yeah.
the
I was
base game
thinking of Central.
Central's
That's
pretty
my bad.
bad, though.
Yeah, there.
Central's long stretches of nothing in between each of the actual points of interest.
Western is so much nothing that I didn't even remember how you got to the Dusk Vigil until last year.
That's like, it's in the top left corner of the map, right?
Yeah.
I remember that because it's past the place where you fight the behemoth.
Oh no, that's in Central.
That's a, oh shit. Oh, you meant I see. I was getting it mixed up with Stone Vigil.
Yeah, this kind of thing happens when we're half distracted by running in circles in the game and haven't played the other game in a while.
For what it's worth, I typically remember the layout of Ishgard more than the rest of the expansions. But the dementia does kick in, so I regrettably forget a couple of things.
I have a fairly good recall of maps in general, game maps in general. You may have caught it in the Discord, but I've been playing a Guild Wars 2 GeoGuessr.
Oh, you're like that, I see. Most unfortunate.
There is a notable downside to GeoGuessrs for video games, though, which is game maps are actually pretty small across the board.
Mm-hmm.
So there's really a very finite amount of material to choose from, and it's often possible to make guesses about where something is, even if you've never been to that location in game.
Ah.
Yeah, so I'm
Well, that
frequently
speaks more to how distinct each map is in a given video game,
yeah.
as opposed to real life, where, like, if GeoGuessr shows you, like, a picture of a fucking Kroger parking lot, that could be a parking lot in a shit ton of states.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I will admit that I memorized a lot of locations because I used to farm treasure maps a lot. Because treasure maps were a legitimately viable way to make a lot of money.
Until a
Until
certain
a
someone fails the gambling.
No, but you know what? You know what was surprising? The
You know,
AR treasure maps.
we are getting 100K per person, But what if
we got 200K?
120?
Oh, right. It didn't even straight up double, did it? Good lord.
Or maybe it did. I don't know. It's
What
been.
the
I
hell
don't
is
think
going
we've
on
done
here?
one since Shadowbringers. Oh, that's the Dragon brand.
Ah!
Yeah, zoom out on the map. You can really chart a course there.
I feel like I shouldn't be here for a while.
That would be plot relevant if you chose Vigil.
Launchpad. I wonder what this button does, Clueless. What the fuck? Train glider basics in the gliding mastery to be able to deploy your glider mid-launch.
Yeah, that's from the first expansion.
I was gonna say, what is this, Genshin Impact?
I don't know why they're requiring that for this place in particular. There is a level 60 to 70 zone later on where you'll be able to use those without gliders, so I don't know why they're required for this one.
Maybe it's plot relevant. Did I not already read these? Attention heroes, an exciting new proposition in Fractal Research awaits, brought to you by the Consortium. For a limited time, recover Fractal Rush trophies by stabilizing fractals via the Mistlock Observatory and Lion's Arch. Courtesy of the Consortium's high agility process, your trophies will be automatically transferred to our vaults, and fantastic prizes will then be yours to claim based on your contribution. Speak to your local coordinator for details. Happy stabilizing, Assistant Subdirector Ranu. God.
Auto magically. Very good.
To be fair, that's like been in my vocabulary for a while, so like I see that and I'm like, that's perfectly natural. That's totally normal to say. Hail, mighty hero! The stories of your accomplishments have spread far and wide. I have heard from Kaith, who is looking for help in the Twilight Arbor, a nest of Nightmare Court followers.
Wait. That's really bad. If you joined a spy organization and your exploits are heard far and wide.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't take that into account. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure the next person I try to investigate will be like, I've never seen you before. Yeah, you seem on the up and up. A nest of Nightmare Court followers north of the Grove. My understanding is that she is going there because another of the Sylvaria Firstborn, Faolain, has established herself as the Nightmare Court leader, and she feels it is her responsibility. Kaith has always been a loner, first after losing Faolain to the court, and later with the breakup of Destiny's Edge, and I think she's trying to mobilize some new friends against her former oldest ally. As always, your herald. It's always some fucking brainwashing plot.
Oh, you don't even know.
Is it bad?
Oh, there will be much brainwashing, I assure you.
It's okay. I'm a fan of the mecha genre. It's pretty... I'm used to it by now.
Does that mean you're a fan of brainwashing?
No, but it's more of a... It happens way too fucking often.
Press X to doubt.
You're doubting me when I say that I'm not a fan of brainwashing?
Wouldn't put it past you.
I assure you, I am not a fan of brainwashing as any sort of form of enjoyment. Damn, that didn't even sound convincing to me. Wait, I almost walked past the waypoint. What if I die? Wait a second, I can move the minimap? Oh. No.
My minion.
I was scrolling in it. I thought I was like moving the physical window like a certain other game. Oh yeah, speaking of that other game, the treasure maps from ARR are those were good for making you a lot of money in like small batches, because a lot of the materials that you would get from those maps specifically were semi-exclusive, and they were used in a lot of crafting recipes for items people wanted but didn't necessarily want to go out of their way to get the materials for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reminded of you know that one Sailor Glam?
There's a few of them by now.
Well, the one that's like by default, it's like white and light blue. It's partly open. That was one of them. And I think using the same or similar materials, you could make beach chairs or something like that. And then it, as expansions happened, it became easier to get a bunch of other things through different means, or similar looking items, or just better looking items.
Mhm.
I suppose that's dependent on your taste, but you know. People who go out of their way for specific lamps are usually determined enough to get the mats for them.
Yep. I've been there.
My market was the, oh, this looks nice audience, you know?
Isn't that every crafter's audience?
It's
To
more
some
of
extent.
a passive, oh, this looks nice, as opposed to a, this is what I want and I'm going to get it now. The difference is subtle. But it becomes more obvious in the behavior of the player.
Fresh sights.
Ooh, would you like to continue your story? Untamed Wilds? Yes.
Untamed Wild.
That's what they call me after...
Taco Bell.
Oh, God, no. You're talking to a big Taco Bell hater over here. Oh, if it isn't my good friend Tybalt.
I'm glad you're.
Yeah, you'll be with him for a while.
Greetings, my lord.
He is your
Shmuel.
mentor.
We've
I
come
thought he
to
was
speak with
talking to
your
me.
chief about the hordes of branded creatures gathering nearby.
I was like, large friend? Yep,
Uldek
checks
the
out.
Fierce is our chief, but he's still missing. I
That
am
is
the
not the
Boomer,
voice I
and
was expecting
speak
to
for
come
the
out of that.
Crawling until
Yeah.
Uldek returns, but I am in no mood to talk to strangers.
What if we find him for you? Would you talk to us then?
Of course, if you find Uldek.
I didn't
the
even finish my
entire
fucking
Crawl
sentence
will
and he
thank
started
you.
talking.
He was exploring near the brand when he went missing. A bunch of us went to look for him, but they never came back. Find them too, if you can.
This game is teaching me to look
I wish
past
Uldek would
stereotypes.
listen to me. We've tried taming Branded before, but it always ends in blood.
Why did he greet
Look
them
at
as large friend when
Deny
I'm...
each other no matter
They're like
what.
the same size as me, more or less. Okay, his arms are larger, admittedly. And maybe his head is like 1.75 times the size of my head. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, but as you alluded to, the voices for the minor races are one of the things I would say they dropped the ball on.
Usually games will avoid this sort of thing by not voicing most NPCs. And
Well, this was the early 2010s, so having an entirely voiced game was very, very big.
That is true. But I will admit not every game did that, especially if it was an MMO.
Yeah, it really was a standout feature.
Yeah, because other MMOs, what they would do is probably have voiced and unvoiced cutscenes. And they would wisely not voice certain minor races.
It's really funny going back to Guild Wars 1 and hearing many of the same creatures become much more bestial in voice. The Grawl in particular stand out in that regard.
The first time I heard, God, what are they called? The kobolds. Am I thinking of kobolds? Fuck. The Titan rats. I'm second guessing myself here. What was that? They weren't voiced until like...
Wait, in 14?
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to figure out what kind of kobolds you meant in this game.
Oh, yeah, my bad. The first time I heard them voiced, I think that was in like... Shadowbringers?
Late Stormblood, I think? Stormblood patches.
Are you sure? Because I'm remembering it was
Yeah.
the Admiral talking to them, trying to make peace. That was a Stormblood. That was a Stormblood.
That was
thing? Or
that was
Shadowbringers?
Stormblood patch, but there was Stormblood content with Alizé, remember?
Oh, right.
Arise, minion.
Oh, right, the whole baby rat. I remember
Oh,
baby rat.
Gabu, we learned nothing from you.
Ah,
Man, if only a specific friend of ours was there for the child suffering total body paralysis in Dawn Trail.
yeah, right.
Instead, she was off playing on a gravity lift. And we never said a single word to her.
That was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Hey, at least we got to know him.
Why'd you have to face it like that? I've been completely fucking desensitized. Or not desensitized, it feels like a fucking electric shock every time I hear the phrase, get to know someone.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's like it's the sorry, I'm stuttering. It's like Vietnam flashbacks.
Get to know someone and accomplish absolutely nothing with the information.
Get to know ones, parentheses, they like food and entertainment. Close parentheses.
Haha, we like to trade in items. Is that all you are? Yes. Mission accomplished.
And now that we know that, it's okay for them to die forever.
I'll take a swig, but in case you hadn't noticed, I already have hair on my chest.
It's okay for the drone strikes to hit now.
No, that would be unethical. Instead, we'll just cut them off at the source and do what they were doing to us by prevent them from ever existing in the first place.
Oh, God. I'm looking at this and I'm just going, damn, that's just fucked up.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. That's just Houston.
What do you mean? That's Los Angeles. Look at all the fucking FEMA emissions.
Chicago extreme.
It's only partially a joke. Because, like, living in the LA area for a long time, you kind of get numb to the sensation. But, like, I remember coming back after a while, it's like spending some time away from LA. And as the closer I got to LA, I was like, oh, this place smells awful.
Mm-hmm.
It's legitimately harder to breathe there. Although that is technically true of pretty much any metropolitan area.
To some extent.
But of course, it's especially so for like Los Angeles and New York.
I've been meaning to check out the brand. Think any of those ogres are still alive?
Nope, I think all the ogres are dead. Fortunately, that just means good things for me. Foul Blaine Expanse discovered. Ah, yes, branded human, branded minotaur. I'm sure this is very nice to be standing in.
You may surmise that this is not the best place to be.
The ogre's corpse is badly mangled. There are signs of battles which confuse the trail, but the tracks continue deeper into the brand. Move on. We'll simply ignore the pain. Never mind, the pain is knocking me down.
Pain will get you. You can't run on adrenaline forever.
I disagree, I just don't have enough supply. You know, all in a day's work, just traversing this fucking realm of death. It just keeps going. There's just more and more of these branded... Oh, the brothers are branded Char. Cool.
But what else do you expect them to be doing besides hanging out where they're from?
I guess! Alright, we're gonna keep moving around, I guess, and hoping that they're not all fucking dead. They're probably all dead, though.
Actually, once you're done with this mission, I think I'll try and link you a cutscene that you will never see because you chose a different order.
There he is. Quick. get that
Revive
beast off his
Jonkler.
back so we can talk to him.
Oh, he's turbo dead. Okay. Wait, no, he's fine. He's fine. I just have to breathe some of my life essence into him. What am I doing? Certainly not reviving him. So what the hell's happening? The fuck? Oh, there we go.
Never mind. We've got to get out of here. I can still fight, but it's not safe. The chief turned on us.
Actually, now that I'm watching this cutscene again on YouTube, it's really important.
Mad respect to this guy for immediately waking up and going, never mind, I can still fight.
Yeah, he's good.
We should probably
Splash
get
a
the
little
fuck out of
water
here,
on his
though.
face.
Like that, just have one of my minions burp on him. Oh, I don't like that.
What's wrong with it?
Something about crystal scorpions don't agree with me.
Well, if you don't agree, you just need to get to know him better.
I should get to know him into the fucking ground. Minions, give this man an early burial. Oh wait, I forgot to use my super mode. Yippee! Oh, that's a long spell.
He's doing it, chat. He's pressing his buttons.
I'm remembering my cooldowns! Oh, I just made it fuck off.
Thank you.
Well, that was easy.
Olbeck has gone mad. He killed the others, killed our pets, and left me for dead.
Why did Olbeck attack his own people?
He's been branded, turned into a crystal monster.
Oh!
He went out to tame such creatures, but became one instead. He lured us into a trap and set a pack of those crystal creatures on us. He's still our finest beastmaster. They obeyed him perfectly. Now he means to make branded of the entire Crawl and our pets. I have to get back and warn them. There are two ways you could help if you like. Our tamers need as many strong pets as they can find. Also, we need more supplies to build fortifications.
Okay, get pets or build fortifications. Can't say I'm a fan of either.
It's still alive after the cutscene.
That's kind of funny. Huh? Oh, Untamed Wild's completed.
Huh?
Huh?
A certain cat I know did that once.
I'll mark this among my conquests.
Is that a common occurrence? Or just was it literally just the one time?
It was Wuklamet.
Oh, right. For a second, I thought you were talking about Chonkus.
No, she just yells a lot. She is the neediest goddamn cat I've ever met.
Is it like yowling, or is it like lazy?
Yowling if no one is in the room with her.
That almost reminds me of a certain rat.
Excuse me.
Except the rat's way worse about it, I think. She's been calming down recently, but,
Oh, that one.
yeah, our rat. The rat that isn't a rat.
It's not good. They worship the crystal, but I need to get
That crystal doesn't look good. That's a very ominous
Oh, that's
sound.
an interesting story, actually.
Ah, there's like no triumphant music. It's just playing that ominous.
Well, yes, the history of it is rather dour.
Is it like a fucking Genova situation?
Words only mean something if the
Oh,
other person
right.
understands them.
Do you know Chrono Trigger?
Extra damage.
No.
Damn it. Genova was the thing that was in the meteor that crashed in Final Fantasy VII and resulted in the creation of all the monsters as we know them, and is responsible for Sephiroth.
More places to make my legend.
No, not the same thing.
No, not quite.
Pets and walls make stronger crawls.
Well, you have time for the history lesson later. Right now, you're busy.
Ah, yes, busy fortifying the walls.
Greetings. We're
Assisting your lessers.
friends. Yonkor sent us to help you tame pets to defend your crown.
I don't know how.
Hey, you were
fools
accusing
don't
me of racism.
This is no game.
I think that would be in character
Dangerous
for
beasts, or we don't stand
a
chance
wrestler
against
hero.
them.
Rock dogs are tough, but we.
You're just on your heel
The
arc.
hard part will be
I'm entering my
killing them
monster
outright.
heal
Are you
arc.
listening? I said most dangerous. Normal rock dogs are just the warm-up. We're here for Sourfang, the pack alpha. He's killed 3 beastmasters so far. If you want to make a difference, help us tame it. First, we tame enough of his pack to draw him out. Then the real work begins. Pitch in or get out of my way.
I mean, I can show my pets against him. Let's see how that works out for the dog that we're trying to tame. Damn, Gramp, I can't believe we're not even an hour into the stream. We're already meeting my quota.
What quota?
The quota, for some reason, every goddamn stream I have, I end up killing a dog. It happens concerningly often.
Oh, I have seen. Don't worry. Your deeds
which was
are
the fucking
being
alpha?
monitored.
Oh, good. Oh, I just have to kill a bunch of the random ones to tame them. Fair enough. I'm sure giving these dogs the fucking plague will be enough to tame them.
Surely this will not come back to harm your friends whatsoever.
I mean, as long as they don't stand in it, it's probably fine. Question mark. Okay.
Follow me.
Sure, I'll follow you. Where are you going? Oh, over there. They don't make video games like this anymore, Graham. They don't make quests like they used to.
Yeah, this was peak 2012 gaming.
Okay, now that I'm starting to hallucinate, I was gonna use this as an opportunity to bring up Demon Souls. Because I looked at that cliff over there, and it reminded me of where you fight that one fucking dragon if you don't cheese it with arrows. In 1-1.
Do people fight it there?
You can.
I know it shows up there,
You can.
but I don't know
shouldn't,
why you
but,
would try.
Notes.
Oh, that sucker's legendary.
Oh, is it? Fuck.
It doesn't seem to matter though.
Nah, I'd win. Yes, note for the chat and anyone else who may be watching. If you're fighting a dragon in Demon Souls, you probably should be
We're
cheesing
done
it.
here. Sour Fang and his entire pack should be
Frankly,
enough
I
to
didn't know
defend
there was
Crom.
any other way.
You ogres are all business. I'm no expert, but it's traditional to thank your helpers. Remember, we took down Sourfang.
And yet
That's
my
actually where it
people
goes
still
when it's
come
not
to
breathing
kill
fire
us.
on you.
I
on the
appreciate
bridge.
your hard work. Isn't that enough? Or should
I know
blow
what you
kisses
mean,
and throw
but
candy
I've been over
for
there and it
lifetime
didn't seem possible to me.
feelings? Uldek was a hero to my people, and now he's lost.
I could be full of
No
shit and
branded
misremembering,
creature
but
has
I
ever been
swear I
unfriendly.
remember
Putting
seeing
Uldek
it there
down
and
is
trying to fight it
hard
and
work,
only to
but it
fucking
has
die
to be
because it
done.
fucking farted on
With
me.
gratitude and respect. Help us end this.
Of course, that's why we're here. And we won't leave until we shatter Uldek and his entire branded horde.
Alright, sure. Help the ogres collect lumber from the Harpy Grove for fortifications. Wonderful. We're going to be killing harpies next.
Is there another thing to do with them?
There is. But I'm not interested in that. I'm only interested in making pillows out of their fucking feathers.
The Rock leaning in, racing his eyebrow gif?
Oh god. I didn't realize how many of them there were.
Excuse me. Jonkor said you could use some extra bodies to collect fortification fodder. Jonkor was right.
Jonker.
Jonker. The Jonker.
The only grove close enough is full of harpies. We can fell trees with a single blow, but someone needs to keep those filthy birds off us. I hate those things. That's where we come in. You focus on felling trees, we'll focus on felling harpies. Good. And don't hold back. The world needs less harpies. Let's get
So
started.
true, bestie. Let's kill these harpies.
So this guy sounds more like what you would expect if he wasn't transparently a regular guy being pitched down.
Oh my fucking god. You know what it reminds me? It kind of reminds me of the voices of the dwarves from Deep Rock.
Dwarves in a lot of things, honestly.
Yeah, but it's probably most transparent in DRG because it's the same dude voicing all of them.
I think I played that for like 20 hours and didn't notice.
That's one way to save budget. It's a tried and true method. It's most obvious in Fallout New Vegas, where every fucking NPC, 1/3 of the NPCs is Yuri Lowenthal, the other third is Liam O'Brien, and the other third is Laura Bailey.
I assure you, Bethesda cutting corners is not lost on me. I know it was made by Obsidian, but it's the same
No,
principle.
that's a Bethesda practice carrying over. I mean, I played Morrowind. How many times have I heard that same fucking line over and over?
Why walk when you can ride?
The only good harpy is a dead harpy.
What are you gonna do with the dead harpy?
I already told you, I'm making pillows.
What kind of pillows?
Feathered pillows.
To
God.
do what with?
Sleep! You have any idea how tiring it gets to walk across the entire fucking continent? Oh, this guy died. I cast
Back in my
necromancy.
day, we did that uphill both ways in the snow naked, and we liked it.
God. Also, hello, the man 34 and pizza.
That's not a joke.
That's mildly concerning. You know, when I heard harpies, I wasn't sure what kind of harpies we were dealing with. Because by the sound of it, they were making them sound almost as if they were like wildlife kind of harpies, where they're just like naturally occurring creatures that are Holy shit, he just grabbed that one out of the sky and dropped her. I wasn't expecting a full-on civilization with armaments and all. Oh well, just another centaur, I suppose. We don't exactly want them pooping on us now. God, the seagull variety of harpy.
Well, luckily for you, the ocean is nowhere near here.
I told you that there used to be a metric fuck ton of seagulls at my school, right?
I don't think you did, but I also had the same situation.
Really?
I
I
don't
figured
know
they'd
why
be
you're
less common the
surprised.
closer inland they would be.
Well, you know,
I know the Salt Lake, but come
no.
on.
Do you know what the Utah state bird is?
The seagull? Are you fucking kidding me?
The California gull.
There's something really sad about that.
Yeah, it is not lost on me.
At least California itself had the sense to go, oh yeah, our state animal's a fucking brown bear.
Anyway, those bitches love the parking lot between the Smith's Marketplace and the Wendy's.
That sounds like such a seagull place to be.
Yeah, it really, really was.
And the way you describe it, I can already picture what that place was. Because that was essentially the place I used to work at. Except instead of a Smith's, of course, it was a Ralph's, because that's what they have on the West Coast instead. And then instead of a Wendy's, it was a McDonald's, because we couldn't afford a Wendy's, apparently.
As if Wendy's is bougie.
It kind of is! Yeah, in fast food terms in California, I would say. Southern California, in the LA area especially, it's a lot easier to find a McDonald's than it is to find a Wendy's, although I think that's true basically anyway, because McDonald's is McDonald's.
Wendy's is bougie in California, home of the famously overpriced In-N-Out burger. Or Five Guys.
I would say In-N-Out's actually reasonably priced. It's Five Guys that is for sure fucking overpriced.
Nobody likes the idea of putting him down,
But it has to be done. We understand, and rest assured, we won't let you face
I'll speak on that after this cutscene.
We'll meet you back at the crawl.
So In-N-Out's problem isn't that it's overpriced necessarily, because the quality of those burgers, I would say, does merit a slightly steeper price. It's not that much steeper from what I remember. But, oh my fucking god, I despise the traffic that In-N-Outs generate.
Yeah, around here we have that problem with Chick-fil-A's.
Because, let's see, what was it that I was going to say? I remember reading a list of the 10 most dangerous intersections in California. And I think one of them was an intersection where there was a fucking In-N-Out. And I've been to that In-N-Out before. At the time, it was across the street from like a Starbucks, on the corner of a Carl's Jr. and also across from, I think it was a Walgreens at the time. The point is, that single fucking In-N-Out was at the edge of a street where there was a high school, and it was basically parallel to the main street of the city. So all of the traffic going either direction, either leaving the city or coming into the city, led to that intersection eventually.
Oh, that's
And
perfect.
the crossroad also led to another city, but the side that went north led to the freeway, which is one of the larger highways in the state. So anyone who was coming in from like outside of the immediate area, they would either they would come down from that fucking highway, and would you know it would bleed all the way down into that specific intersection. That intersection was getting all of the traffic from the entire fucking area, and holy shit, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, that sounds abjectly terrible.
I remember trying to walk through there once, and it was like I saw a car accident. I may have actually seen 2 car accidents there, and I had heard of at least 10 happening on that intersection alone. I like In-N-Out, but my god, it's not fucking worth it.
Yeah. Frankly, if I ever go to like a fast food and the line or the drive-through is going out to the parking lot or even to the street, I'm just getting something else.
Ooh, combinations. Remember, you can combine field skills with finisher skills to create powerful combos. Would you care to elaborate, game?
That matters more for other classes.
In that case, I will pretend I did not see it.
Yeah, when this game released, a major feature of the combat was combinations, which you had to base your whole team around. The most popular field combination was fire, because if you use a blast finisher inside of that, it gives the entire party might. So it became a major staple of your DPS.
Huh.
And you still can leverage that, but it's pretty minimal these days.
Well, I don't look clownish anymore, but those fucking shoulder pads are still there.
Anyway, I PM'd you the Vigil video, which actually gives you the setup for much of this area.
Now, let me take a look at it. The Vigil introduction cutscene. Oh, it's a minute long. Let me just pull up... The Vigil introduction cutscene.
Yeah, enjoy this early 2010s intro
Oh, yeah, baby.
for the YouTube channel.
6 years ago, a dragon rose in Ascalon. It flew south, killing and corrupting everything in its path. I stood beneath the dragon as it passed overhead. I survived where others did not. All across Tyria, I found others who told of destruction caused by the dragons. Humans in Silvara battling undead that swarmed their shores. A surge driven from their underground cities. Joining together, we gave birth to a mighty organization, the Vigil. We're proud that you have chosen to serve alongside us. Your mentor will be Thor, one of our finest soldiers and the most stalwart Norn I know. He'll teach you to fight with the Vigil. The Vigil was created to fight the dragons, to destroy them before they destroy us. Some must fight so that all may be free. Welcome to the Vigil.
No fucking kidding.
So yeah, that information about the dragons was actually extremely pivotal to your understanding of the major plot.
Yeah, that kind of gives me a better idea of what we're working against. And can I say, holy shit, it is incredibly unfortunate that we're dealing with at least 2 different forms of undead.
At least 2, you say?
I mean, I gotta assume there's at least 3 given the magic I have at my disposal. But at the same time, I wouldn't put it past this game to give me like 10 forms of undead. Well, while I'm here and I see that there, I might as well. I'm sure gold ore can't be used as currency.
That was a very popular joke back in the day.
Oh, am I like 10 years behind on this joke then?
Oh, yes. It doesn't help that gold ore in particular is
Ula's in charge now.
worth the least, because you can do the least amount of valuable things with it.
That is, I would say poorly thought out on the developer's part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes?
You're back. They say you were a big help. On behalf of the entire Crawl, thank you.
Think nothing of it. But it looks like some of these folks aren't digging in. They're bugging out.
Yes, things got worse. The weather turned, and Uldek's herd of monsters gets bigger all the time. I made the call. Some of us will stay and fight. The rest will find safety. If things go badly here,
I will say there's something really funny about that guy wanting to tame the crystallized demon people.
We can do the most good.
check with Gorkin. He's in charge of our defenses. And thanks again. I don't know why you're helping us, but I'm glad you're here.
Oh, you know, helping is its own reward and all that bullshit.
Keep moving.
I definitely have no ulterior motives. Alright, what do you want? Oh, we're just fighting Crawl now. Okay. Or sorry, we're fighting Uldek. My bad. I misread that fucking mission's objective.
Damn, you came to help them and rebuild their home, but instead you're fighting their home? Literally fighting the house?
Yes.
Truly, the Order of Whispers operates in mysterious ways.
This is how I honor Egreg called and the tribe unmourned. Oh, you know what? The way you described it kind of reminds me of how I've been playing New Vegas because of these fucking donations. It's like, yeah, I'll do a bunch of beer for the NCR. I'll be super nice. It's gonna be all great and good. And then, why did I run off from the mission objective? And then, like, I'll get a donation and be like, oh, I guess I'm back to fighting for the Legion again. Time to kill everyone. The funny part is, because of the absolutely insane way I have been handling morality and reputation in this game, the NCR still technically likes me? Or
What are you, a soft-hearted devil?
I was,
People aren't sure what to make of you.
until I got the platinum chip, or at least until I walked out of the tops, because that's when they reset all negative reputation with you. You still keep the positive attributes, so now I'm accepted by the NCR after having nuked them. So that means I'm a full-on Legion courier as of this moment, and I still have Boone in my party.
Huh.
I took him with me to go to the Long 13, so we could kill all the Ghoul fight NCR troops.
Mine.
Oh my fucking god!
You're really leveraging all of the available.
Ow. So you were saying?
You're leveraging all the available partner bugs, aren't you?
It's just the one bug. Veronica enables me to use every companion in the game. They still function as they would individually, though. So, like, if I took Chem's, Cass would be mad at me, and then she'd be like, fuck off, get away from me, you're disgusting subhuman.
Mm-hmm.
And Boone already did give me the one warning of, like, hey, I may not agree with the NCR, but I still fought alongside them. You kill anymore, I'm gonna kill you next. Which is very funny considering what ended up happening, but... if I'm lucky, I can take Boone all the way, and I might even be able to bring him to the presidential assassination mission. But what I'm hoping for is to take him all the way to the last mission, because I want to see what happens if you start with Boone in the Legion camp. Because he shoots Legion on sight.
Yep.
The Legion likes me.
Well, we're alive, but the crawl is ruined. What a painful victory.
If I had to guess, they
Dragon's
would
corruption is
just
strong.
turn on him.
When it got hold of Oldek, it became even stronger.
It would have been much worse if you hadn't shown up. At least now, we have a chance to start over. I won't forget what you did for us. When you make your stand against the dragons, call me, and I will repay that debt.
Wait, are you done with this quest already?
Yeah, I was like, what the
My
fuck?
entire order is dedicated to stopping the dragons.
I guess
And we need
necromancy's strong.
allies like you.
Guess it's just that easy.
Till that day,
It's that easy. The Staples button. That was easy.
There's an
God, do you
army
remember
that can
those?
defeat the dragons.
Speaking of 2010s,
This is stupid. Why are we bothering? We should just blow it all up and be done with it.
It's my destiny.
All right, I'm now level 53, about to be level 50. Never mind, not about to be level 54. All right, so we're back in the grinding phase of progressing through the plot. That
or
was-
you could do the level 50 dungeon.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I hadn't done that yet. All right, where's that at?
You will want to exit the
Should
instance
probably leave
first.
the instance first, yeah. All right, where is this darn dungeon? Raid lobby. That's not this, is it?
No.
Which one was it? That's the manor. Twilight Arbor. Ah, yes, in this location that I have not, like, touched at all.
Oh, yes.
All right, we're going to start here.
Or, if
Or-
you want to be a tourist, you could take the Azura Gate from Lion's Arch to the Grove.
Ah, nah, I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. Feels more natural to do it like this.
All things are natural under the eternal alchemy.
Shut up. Right, but what was I saying? I'm trying to remember, but I forgot. Although that does tie into something that I was going to bring up at some point. That I was thinking I should probably make a slightly more concentrated effort to write things down regarding things I want to talk about. Just so... I don't know. Maybe that's a bit unnatural, but it does... I feel like it'd be a way to kind of practice being able to converse with people on the fly. You know, in case I decide to collaborate with people in the future, stuff like that. Maybe, like, take notes on things that other people are interested in, ask them questions about that sort of thing.
Maybe.
Not like straight up fucking like scripts or anything, just like...
Yeah, I worry about it becoming too much of an interview.
Yeah, no, it's just like things to remember. I'm not thinking of like specific questions, but like What can I bring up around this person that they'd be able to actually talk about? You know, something like, don't ask Gramp what he remembers about Invincible Steel Man Daitarn 3. You know, that kind of shit. For a second, I thought I was going the wrong way. I wouldn't put it past me, honestly. Alright, another settlement discovered. Wait a second, what is this? Oh, it just takes me to the next zone. I shouldn't even bother summoning my minions.
This is one of my favorite zones, actually.
It looks nice. I'm not just saying that because of the Booba statues.
You think so?
I know so. The first thing I see in this area is something called a suspicious bush. Investigate.
You know, it's a good thing this community is more tame than Final Fantasies.
Hey, what's that?
Insert foul taint meme here.
I feel like that's just because mostly because of the contrast in aesthetics. Although now that I say that, I'm not really sure. Does anime equal more booba equals more degenerate behavior?
I don't know if it's strictly a corollary, but it is statistically likely.
Because when I think about it, the horniest 14 players are more likely to be the ones who are playing, like, the furry races, right?
You're referring to the cat girls.
I was specifically referring to the cat men.
We don't talk
But yes,
about
the
that.
cat girls too. But what I was going to go with that, where I was going to go from with that sentence, where I was going with that was that there's an intersection between that player base and this player base, no? Because you can play as cat people in this game too, right? Wait a second, is this being contested? Oh, Christ.
I think
I'm just gonna ignore that.
I think it's important to note that the Char are considerably more animalistic than even the Hrothgar. Like, they aren't people who are also cats. They're just cats.
I guess, but I don't think the difference is as dramatic between the Rots and them as you are making it out to be.
No, I think it is. They don't have abs or boobs. They have digitigrade legs.
Alright. You have a point, but I feel like it's more like,
They're growing horns out of their body.
yeah, Ronzo are playable. They also grow
No one
horns out of their
cares
body.
about. No one cares about Final Fantasy XI.
Yeah, that's a Final Fantasy X thing! But also, Ronzo are what the Hrothgar are called in our world, I think. That's the Ronzo are used to describe the Hrothgar from one of the worlds. So it's either the first or it's the source, whichever.
Gotta be the first.
Yeah. I think that one Y'shtola simp is a Ronzo, for example. I can't even remember his fucking name. I just register him as the guy who only cares about Y'shtola. which is such a generic thing to me in my mind that that's how I have to register it.
I want to call him Renvar, but that's a planet in Star Wars.
How the
And it's
fuck
not
do you remember
Ragnar.
that?
Oh, easy. Renvar Harbor from Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh, god damn it. Okay.
One of the most one of the worst, most tedious maps where you could spend the entire game making zero progress until one side runs out of reinforcement tickets.
I thought you were gonna say Rengar from League of Legends because he too is a Catman.
Yeah, I don't play bad games.
Oh, don't you fucking start with that now. To be fair, I haven't played bad game in
Runar, that's it.
Runar. Oh,
It was pretty close.
I probably should have remembered that because his name sounds like Lunar. You know, because he's one of the Knights Blessed. Dumb mental association, but, you know. In theory, it should have helped.
I don't think any of them even knew what a moon was.
Oh, that's true, because...
You know, what with the light and all.
Yeah.
And the lack of books.
Oh, yeah, I tend to forget that most of the people in the first are illiterate. Not by choice.
Statistically speaking, most people everywhere are illiterate.
I shall explore all of it.
At least for that kind of portrayed time period.
What time period would you describe 14 setting as?
It's not really easy to quantify or relate it to real world time periods because the Allagans exist.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the way it contrasts, it's like you're
people in
introducing medieval
Garlemald.
peasants to the fucking 20th century.
Yeah, Garleans probably have a much higher standard of literacy.
At least they used to. Now they're just like the rest of us.
Well, that was just the capital. As far as we know.
We've essentially devastated... By devastating the capital, we've essentially drained the entire nation of all possible resources. They're fucked.
Not exactly. The remaining legions operate pretty independently as far as their last mentions go.
Oh, well, they sure did a pretty good job of portraying that.
Well, yes, I think that was one of the main problems with such things as succession, which was a major driving force in their dissolution.
I remember that being reserved for exactly like one cutscene and then that one mission where we just wiped out one of the potential successors.
I mean, it was explicitly what caused the conflict that devastated the capital.
Yeah, it was introduced in Stormblood, right? Where they talked about that.
Yes.
Because Heavensward, they seemed pretty well put together underneath Varys.
In Realm Reborn, there were actually rumblings and rumors about the succession. And then
Varys stepped in.
Yeah, Heavensward is when Varys shows up and announces, hey, I win.
And he does it by spitting on Emmett Sulk's corpse. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think they planned on Varys' dad, the Emperor, being an Ascian from the start?
I think they would have imagined that concept in advance. I don't think they necessarily set it in stone in advance because naturally, given the events of both 1.0 and Realm Reborn, Garleans cohabitating or cooperating with Ascians is old hat.
Mm-hmm. I suppose a more important question is, do you think they already had an idea of it being Hades?
Frankly, I could not answer that. Even purely as speculation, I don't think I have the background for that.
That's fair. Purely speculating out of my ass, I would say they probably didn't conceive of that being a thing until Stormblood. Or at least End of Heavensward, when around the same time Xenos was conceived, I would say.
Probably.
Because it'd be like, we want to conceive of a super strong, superhuman Garlean to serve as the rival for the main character in Stormblood. We also
born to golf, forced to slay.
But we want someone. But we need an explanation as to why he would be so goddamn powerful, other than he's just a Garlean. The explanation I think would probably work from the start is, oh, he's just hyper-tuned or whatever, right? But I feel like that wouldn't be enough for them. Also, I guess I'm gonna have to go the long way around since I'm here. Ah! That's new.
Oh, that's good.
I'm used to New Vegas crashing. I am not used to Guild Wars 2 crashing. Although, if I read that right, that sounds like a network error, but we're still talking, so that would probably have to mean it's a problem on the server side. It won't let me click the ready button. I'm just going to close the launcher and reopen it. It does remind me, earlier today, Slack wasn't working. Do you know what Slack is? It's basically, we are not still talking, by the way? Oh, shit. Oh, interesting.